All right, welcome everybody for episode number 34 of Can We Make Impact Wrestling the best promotion in Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. My name is the Mayor Jason Smith. Welcome everybody. We have TNA's Final Resolution 2007 to talk about today, as well as we turn the clock over to 2007 for our history, our timeline of the history of TNA pay-per-views. Also in the background, I kind of have a little bit of the WWE Raw going on right now. What do we got? Hawkins and Zack Ryder against Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode would be my guess. Yeah. So that's going on as well. But in game, if get you up to speed, we are 2 days away from TNA Genesis, our pay-per-view for January 2020. We have a few matches on the card ready to go. For our pay-per-view, we've been kind of putting them together as we've gone along. You've got TJP and Kota Ibushi, Flip Gordon, Johnny Impact, and Ricochet in a triple threat match. We also have a triple threat tag team with the Coffee Brothers, OVE, and the Briscoes. Eli Drake against Dalton Castle, Will Ospreay, and Jay White. Jake Hager and Sami Callihan. We also have the Lucha Brothers against the Guerrillas of Destiny for the tag titles. Marty Scurll and Bobby Fish for the X Division title. And Alex Shelley versus Kofi Kingston for the Impact Championship. However, with the injury to Alex Shelley, I've been considering plugging in Adam Cole into that match as well, possibly as a triple threat. Alex Shelley currently holds the Impact Grand Championship, and if he was to participate in this match, he would have to vacate that title. That was my original plan, was to have him vacate. He officially has not vacated that title yet, as you can see right there. But he also has yet to defend it. So he's coming up on 30 days since his last title defense, which means he's going to have to defend this title or vacate it in exchange for that that championship opportunity at the Impact World title. Also, like I mentioned, we're talking about Final Resolution 2007. This will be the pay-per-view debut for the Riggs brothers in a dark match. You would also see a return to action for Jerry Lynn. We would have 4 critical matches, 3 championship matches, and a number 1 contenders match that would be set up as well for Against All Odds, which is the February pay-per-view back in 2007. So the first matchup on the card, as we go ahead and advance our day here, Jason and Johnny Riggs, the Riggs brothers, taking on Serotonin, which, if you remember, is the team of Frankie Kazarian and a repackaged Johnny Devine as Havoc. And the Riggs brothers would actually pick up the win in this one, in the dark match. And then following that, there was a pre-show match, if you will. Lance Hoyt one-on-one with Chase Stevens, formerly of the Naturals, and kind of doing the solo thing. Lance Hoyt would pick up the win. AJ Pierzynski and Dale Torborg, who had appeared in pay-per-views previously, were also in the audience, and there would be a little stir-up there that would kind of get that going. The first match on the card that was on the actual pay-per-view was a last man standing match. Ran about 15 minutes, and it featured AJ Styles against Rhino. Rhino would actually hit AJ with the gore twice to wrap that up, and AJ would fail to answer the 10 count to give Rhino the victory. Back to our game here. We'll take a look at what's going on. Paper appearance deal for Kiera Hogan. Looks like Bill Carr going to get an extension with Evolve. Rena has a new champion, Casey Spinelli. Alright, so WWE having some issues on TV. Azteca 7 continues to cause them some issues. Kiera Hogan, of course, as we know, has that paper appearance deal. And Impact Genesis is tomorrow night, so we'll go ahead and run the testing. Everybody's clean. Alex Shelley still dealing with that knee injury. The chondromalacia patella. So obviously it has to do with the knee. And what did I determine? A runner's knee. Cartilage on the undersurface of the kneecap deteriorates and softens. This can be a problem when you have arthritis. Younger people it can develop this as well. It's when the knee is kind of overused a little bit. Also, Kota Ibushi is a little bit on the fatigued side, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that in his match with TJP. Alright, so with all of that, let's go ahead and advance to tomorrow. We'll continue talking about Final Resolution 2007. The X Division Championship was next on the card. You had the champion going in, Christopher Daniels, Jerry Lynn making his pay-per-view return in the ring, and Chris Sabin all participating in this one. After about 10, 11-ish minute match, Chris Sabin would pin Jerry Lynn. So Christopher Daniels, who was the X Division champion at the time, had no say, had no impact in the outcome of the match, the finish. I can't talk tonight. It's been a long 3-day weekend. Next up on the card was the Paparazzi Championship Series final between Austin Starr and Alex Shelley. There were 3 judges, and it would be sort of a go to the finish, and then the judges would do their thing, and you had Samoleon Joe, big fat oily guy, and Bob Backlund as the judges. So this went to a 10-minute draw. So it went to the judges, and the judges were split some crazy how with 3 people, so they declared it a draw as well. Kevin Nash, who had sort of orchestrated the Paparazzi Championship Series, gave everybody extra time. Alex Shelley would pin Austin Starr, to get the win, and Alex Shelley would be provided with the bowling trophy that Kevin Nash had been carrying around for the last handful of weeks as part of the Paparazzi Championship Series. All right, next up was a singles match. James Storm, Petey Williams, one-on-one. Gail Kim at ringside for James Storm. Storm would pick up the win in about 7 minutes, and Jacqueline would return to TNA and beat up Gail Kim, as she likes to do. Next was the World Tag Team Championships. Team 3D, LAX, head-to-head. This one was a pretty decent match, about 10 minutes in. Spike Dudley, Brother Runt, whatever you want to call him, came down, and he was quote-unquote drunk. And he interfered and hit Homicide off the top rope, so Team 3D got disqualified. LAX would retain the titles. Next match, a stellar 30-minute Iron Man match between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. for the number one contender to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So early on in this one, it was a 30-minute Iron Man match. Joe picked up the first fall when Angle tapped, and then Angle turned around and got Joe to tap with the ankle lock. Angle hit the ankle lock again to take the lead. Joe would get a pinfall win after that with the Muscle Buster, and then finally, Angle would pin Joe to take a 3-2 lead and then hold on for the next 5 minutes to win the Iron Man match. And then finally, on Final Resolution 2007, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, a three-way dance between Sting, Christian Cage, and the defending champion, Abyss. It was an elimination-style three-way dance match. So Sting would get the first pinfall on Abyss after he hit the Scorpion Death Drop, so that meant it would be Sting versus Cage one-on-one for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Cage would hit a frog splash, pin Sting, pick up the W, 13 minutes, in and out. We were good to go. Christian Cage is now a two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So there you have it, Final Resolution 2007. And it would make way to Against All Odds in February. Pretty solid card. Jacqueline would make her return to TNA on pay-per-view. You would have David Eckstein and AJ Pierzynski show up. Baseball players. For those of you who don't know who they are, Dale Torborg would return to TNA pay-per-view in the ring as part of the base brawl match. Stupid. You would see involvement from Bob Backlund in this one. And yeah, I think that was about it, if I remember right. So, yeah. Against All Odds 2007, we'll talk about that in episode number 35. Anyway, let's get back to our game here now that we've gone through all of that. A lot to get to. Hey, Mikey Nichols is back in New Japan doing his mid-carder thing. Returning to the business. Good for him. Alright, so let's get it kicking. Here we go. We are at the Toyota Center in Houston. That's a big arena for a show like ours. So I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, so here we go. We are going to go ahead and vacate the Grand Championship. Alex Shelley's going to officially cash it in. And he will be part of a three-way dance. That way we can protect him despite the injury with Adam Cole and Kofi Kingston doing most of the heavy lifting in this match. I know. That's why I made it a three-way match. I don't want him going 30 minutes, though. We're going to back this one up a little bit. Because I'm really worried that having him go 30 minutes might destroy that knee completely and completely screw up everything we're trying to do here. Alright, so we're going to make sure that Alex has limited involvement in the match. We're going to slow build it, keep it open, and a decisive victory. I don't care who wins. Kofi has been on quite the roll here. But what I do want is Christian Cage handling the agent duties for this one. Whoops. Not the Grand Championship, the World Championship. There we go. Alright, so that's our main event. We also want to get our tag team championships going here with the Gorillas and the Lucha Bros. This one's going to be Christian's as well. All out, open, decisive. Alright. Next up is Marty Scurll and Bobby Fish. And I think I want to do something kind of fun with this one here. Hopefully it doesn't blow up what we're trying to do in the fact that we're going to try to get good ratings. But we are going to make this an X Division. Actually, I don't know why I did that. Let's... Can I back? Nope. Gotta back this up here. Alright, let's try that again. So we're going to go one-on-one. 30-minute Iron Man match. And... let's see here. Bobby Fish. Marty Scurll. $30-minute Iron Man match for the X Division Championship. Whoops. Has to be 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. So I'll back that one up a little bit just to keep the time consistent for us. Alright, so we've got our 3 championship matches on board that we already knew we were going to book. Now we need to do something with Kairi Sane. And the question is, what? I say we fill it with 6-woman matchup here. And we'll just throw everybody at Kairi. Kairi Hojo, Io Suzuki, who has not yet performed, Arisa Nakajima, Cherry. Let's see, who else hasn't been in the ring since we bought that promotion? Ohara, Miyagi. Alright, so Kairi Sane against 5 women she has never been in the ring with in this promotion for the championship. And Amy is gonna run the show for this one. Alright, now we've got... Now we've got some of our other matches that we planned on doing here. TJP and Kota Ibushi. Where the hell's Kota? There he is. Who can we have? Well, I was going to have somebody else road agent this one, but I think we'll roll with Don Callis. Alright. Let's see, who's next? Triple threat match. Flip Gordon, Johnny Impact, and Ricochet. Flip Gordon, Johnny Impact, and Ricochet. There we go. And we will decisive, all out, open. think I want Cage on this one. Next up, we got Eli Drake and Dalton Castle. Eli Drake, Dalton Castle. Okay, let's see. What else? What else? Will Ospreay and Jay White. There's Mr. Ospreay and Jay White. Actually, I'm going to have them go all out. Here we go. Jake Hager and Sami Callihan. This one, I think I'm going to post-show. No particular reason that I'm going to post-show this. Other than I just think it'll fit there. I don't know. Alright, and we've got a triple threat tag team match between the Coffee Brothers, OVE, and the Briscoes. And I think I'm going to pre-show this one. There we go. Becky Lynch is on screen, ladies and gentlemen. Love me some Becky Lynch. Alright, let's see who we got left to work with on the card here. Not much. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys left. Whoops. So, Zack Sabre. Jay Lethal. Didn't do well last time. Okay, well, let's go Zack Sabre and Shawn Spears. Never gone one-on-one. I think this one might be a pre-show match too. There we go. Alright. MJF, one of the best heels in the business right now. I think I tried this one before. I did, and it was terrible. So we're going to back that one out. And let's try Jay Lethal. Also not good. Alright, well, let's try Rich Swann. Also not good. Fine, let's go Nick Jackson, since I don't have his brother yet. This one's a pre-show match, too. There we go. Alright. Okay, let's see. 5 guys left. Oh, let's stack them all together in one match. Why not? Five-way dance. Rich Swann, Jay Lethal, EC3, David Finlay, and Joe Hendry. Alright, so thankfully we've got enough time. I think all we have left is women's talent. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, so I've got 18 women left. But if I back these ones out and just go with a 4-way instead of a 6... Go fatal. I can't talk. Fatal 4-way. Kairi Sane. Aoi Kazuki. Cherry. And Misaki Ohara. See if Kairi can hang on to her title now. Okay, and we'll do a 20-woman battle royal with the rest of our talent. And call it a card. And we'll definitely post-show this one. Okay. Alright, so there's our card. We are set. We are ready to rock and roll. Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Let's run this show. Shawn Spears, Zack Sabre, not that great. I'm really glad that I pre-showed these because Nick and MJF was not good. They were great, though. That's a good way to roll into the pay-per-view on a high note with that 3-way tag team dance. Poor match to start things off, though. I probably should have flip-flopped those two with pre-show and main card. Not a good start. TJP and Coda picked it up a little bit. Eli and Dalton, kind of not where I wanted it. Same with Will Ospreay and Jay White. That match was a disaster. Thank you for that. But Kairi still somehow managed to hang on to her title. Johnny Impact, Ricochet, and Flip made up for it, though, so we're good there. Great match as the Lucha Brothers defend their tag team titles one more time. Bobby Fish and Marty Scurll. Great match there. Number 9. Defense number 9 for Marty Scurll. He continues to just lock that title down. B-, though, on our main event. Kind of hurt the flow. We knew that was coming. And Alex Shelley, despite being hurt, wins the Impact World title. And then our dark matches, a garbage battle royal and a trash match there. Increased our popularity in 40 regions, though, so we'll take that. B- on the final rating, 16,301. And I got to give it to Kairi because no matter who I throw in front of her, nobody beats her. She's awesome. Same with Marty Skrull. He's awesome. And Alex Shelley. Bro, that's incredible. There we go. Alright, so let's check our buy rates. For sort of an underwhelming pay-per-view, I was a little disappointed. And now, we need to figure out what the hell we're going to do with Alex Shelley, who went from vacating the Grand Championship to getting, in exchange for a title match with Kofi Kingston, also being hurt, and now somehow is the TNA Impact World Champion. Defiant might be in some trouble here. I don't know if they have anybody I really want, but they're not in bad enough financial positioning to want out. Genesis was great, drew a lot of praise. That's awesome. Rebby Sky, Mrs. Jeff Hardy, or Matt Hardy, heading to NXT. Alright, let's check our buy rates here. 1.92, not terrible. And looking at comparing it to our last pay-per-view, 1.90, and that one had a better show rating, but this one had better attendance and a better buy rate, which means in January we might be in slightly better shape. We haven't spent nearly the money we spent in December, so we'll take a look at that. Also, we're going to make some roster cuts here. I'm going to trim down the women's division a little bit. Just not happy with the way things are going here. Akane Fujita doesn't really have all that much good positive momentum. Io Shirai has bad momentum. We haven't really used her much though. So I'm a little disappointed in how Tennille Taylor has gone, so we're going to go ahead and cut her loose. Same with Zia Brookside. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let her go. Haven't used her yet. Tessa's been slipping, but we'll hold on hope here. I'm going to get rid of some of these talents that I brought in that really haven't done well. Hang on to her, I think. Cherry, I'm going to let go. Haven't used her yet. I think we'll let go of Heyo Kazuki and Akane Fujita. Alright. So we cut that back a little bit. Got rid of some of that dead-ish weight. Alright, go ahead and get everybody resorted here. And we'll take a look at some of our talent here. David Finlay has been less than impressive. I'm going to go ahead and cut him loose. Hajime Sato, no idea who the hell that is. We're going to go ahead and get rid of him. I choose. Coda has been kind of a letdown. I'm going to go ahead and let him go. Joe Hendry, I think I'm going to let him go. A lot of this talent I've been very disappointed in. MJF, not where I hoped he would be. I'm on the fence about cutting Sami Callihan loose. Definitely going to go ahead and cut Zach loose because just not really all that impressed with his work. We're still a little bit on the bloated side. But I think we've trimmed the fat a little bit pretty well for the most part. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And tomorrow's episode, as I mentioned, Against All Odds 2007, episode 35, we get to Impact TV next time around. So that's going to do it for this episode. My name is the Mayor Jason Smith. I'll see you next time. Be excellent to each other.